Hello friends, welcome back to another video. Today, I just got off class actually, so I'm extremely hungry, so I'm snacking on some of these snack rounds. Oh my gosh, okay. These are snacking rounds by Ozuri Bakery. I've talked about them before. I thought I'd just bring them out here for you guys so you could see it. I toasted them in the oven for a couple minutes, and they're hot and toasty on the outside and like crusty. And they're nice and soft on the inside. And this one has a nice combination of dried fruit and nuts, which is like my favorite ever. It's the Muesli brand, and as you can see, I've already dug through this much of the bag. That's okay. I'm just gonna eat this really quick before I talk about what I want to talk about. And that's basically my first school chat ever. I have my handy dandy notebook because I wrote down some notes because I want to make sure that I go over everything that I want to say. As this was my first week of school back in my winter quarter, I thought it'd be really cool to incorporate weekly school check-ins or like weekly school talk into my channel. If you guys don't know already, if you're new here, I'm a nutrition and dietetic student in my last year of my undergrad, and after this year, after I graduate, I will be sitting down to take my RD exam to become a registered dietitian nutritionist, RDN, because not a lot of people know what a dietitian is, but everybody knows what a nutritionist is, even though nutritionists don't sit down for a board exam, but dietitians do, so they're like more qualified, I would say, in a government sense or in like a politics sense than nutritionists, but that's beyond the point. Anyway, with 2018, I wanted to go in a different direction with my channel, hence why I made a vlog channel, because I want this page to be a little bit more informational. And if you want more fun vlog stuff, then you can definitely head over and subscribe to my vlog channel, where I kind of just post whatever I decide to post, like random vlogs, like day in my life and stuff. So before I jump into the whole school chat, which will be school chat number 1, I just want to say that this channel will consist mostly of fitness and health, what I eat in a day, what to eat as a vegan, and stuff about my school, lifestyle, and me. So videos of the week will be separated and comprised of like those areas. So earlier this week I had posted a fitness video, and then I posted a what I eat in a day video, and now this is my school chat. So this was my first week of school back for the quarter, and I just wanted to talk about it. Basically, I'm going to talk about the classes that I'm currently taking, as this is my last academic quarter in my dietetics program, what I'm excited about for this quarter with my classes, what I'm dreading, how I think the classes that I'm taking can benefit my future career and what I want to do, and how they can benefit me personally, because I think a lot of people take classes and they're really bummed or upset that they have to take like English composition or whatever, and they're not really seeing the benefits that that class can bring into their professional development. I want to kind of talk about how each class I'm taking can help me develop into a better person professionally, as well as like on social media and just in my life in general. And then what my days will be looking like, how I will be organizing my time, / some tips I can offer you to organize your time. First, the classes that I'm currently taking, and again, this is my last academic quarter of school. After this quarter, I will be going into my quarter of clinical rotations, which is where I will be under a preceptor at a hospital doing clinical medical nutrition therapy work. Not really working, I would say, but mostly like learning from my preceptor, all that stuff. So that's like my rotation quarter, and then after that I will be graduating. I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes on my syllabus. 3 of them are online classes and the other ones are in class. So one of the classes I'm taking is statistics and research, and it's basically what it sounds like, you know, just learning about statistics in research. And like when you read journal articles and stuff, there's always those like n equals or like those graphs and stuff, or like they find the probability of or rate of, and it's basically understanding that and understanding how that is created and put into a study and what that means, because a lot of areas of nutrition are dependent upon peer-reviewed studies, journal articles, studies in which statistics are really important. So that's something that I have to take. And then I'm taking senior seminar, which is basically a review course that goes into clinical nutrition, public health, food science, human metabolism, food service. All of these are domains in the registered dietitian exam. This class meets up once a week for 2 hours, and it's basically just to help review those areas in which we have learned in previous quarters to prepare for the registered dietitian exam. And the next one is nutrition care management, which is management within the areas of nutrition, such as in clinical, acute care, food service, and administration, and WIC, which is women, infants, and children. And it's basically just learning about how nutrition professionals are also in management positions in those areas, how to navigate that. And then the next one is advanced nutrition, and this is one of the classes that I'm excited about, but we can go into that later. This class covers topics in nutrition research, such as in functional foods, so foods that provide an added benefit beyond nutritional needs. And you guys know about functional foods such as turmeric. Well, I guess you could say blueberries, that's a better example. So not only does it give you energy and calories, but it also has added benefits such as antioxidants and polyphenols and whatnot. And then food toxicology is also part of this advanced nutrition course, which is basically about like the chemicals and pesticides in our foods and how they affect us nutritionally. And then we're also going to go over nutritional genomics, including nutrigenomics and nutrigenetics. So it's basically how food can change the expression of our genes and DNA and stuff when ingested or when our moms ingest it, and how that can influence our genetic code. The next class I'm taking is exercise physiology, which will go over anthropometrics and resting measurements such as VO2 max, height, weight, blood pressure, heart rate, and stuff like that. Just things that you would want to know as somebody who talks about exercise. And then we're also going to go over aerobic training and resistance training, which will be really exciting because I'll get to actually learn in a classroom about it rather than learning through YouTube and pretending like I know how to actually do it when I haven't been certified in anything exercisey. And now I'm going into my online classes. So the first one is Art of Integrative Care, which is a required religion class, and it explores how understanding the role of Christian beliefs and values can facilitate clinical practice so many patients and families can ascribe to them. The school that I'm currently going to is a Seventh-day Adventist Christian school, and so it's very deep rooted in religion, and this is a class that is required to take. The next two classes that I'm taking are actually prerequisites that I had failed to take before I got into this program, so I'm just making up for those credits so that I can graduate. They're just courses in humanities. So the first one is World Religions, where I will learn about Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Jainism, Sikhism, and new religions in America. And the next one is Introduction to philosophy or logic, which will be really interesting because it kind of teaches you how to use language in an objective way in philosophy and in like arguments, so that you can reduce emotion in your language to make your argument a little bit more valid. Those are the classes I'm taking. And let me take a breath, drink some water. So the classes that I'm actually most excited to be taking are one, advanced nutrition, because it is basically learning about the stuff in nutrition that I have been excited about. It's a more new field of nutrition. Like I said before, functional foods, food toxicology, nutritional genomics, these are all things that have not been explored as much as learning your macronutrients, learning your micronutrients. This is delving into probiotics, prebiotics, functional foods, the way your microbiome affects your mental health and your brain. So I'm really excited to be learning more and more about those topics, just because those are things that I research in my free time. And I think it's really cool that some of the studies that were used in the lectures that I've had in the past two class sessions are some studies that I've actually read up on my own, and I just feel like I'm geeking out when I'm reading them, and I'm like actually raising my hand and asking questions and participating, so that's really cool. And then exercise physiology, I'm really excited about this, not because I want to learn, I mean I do want to learn more about exercise physiology in general, but mostly because of the teacher. I'm really excited. He is really awesome. He and his wife are actually an amazing power couple duo, and they are both huge advocates of a whole foods plant-based diet, and I think that's what makes me the most excited, because I could actually speak in a language that the teacher kind of understands, and so that's what I'm really excited about. And also his biggest point in class was like, I want to teach you the things that trainers are going to tell their clients who might come to you as a dietitian and tell you. So in terms of like nutrition things, because some trainers are not certified or specialized in nutrition training at all, or they don't have the right idea of it, such as like the amount of protein, carbohydrates, fat that you need, micronutrients especially. And he was like, I want to teach you the things that personal trainers might tell their clients, so that you can know, you know, both sides of the story, so you can understand that better, and that way navigate through the journey of health with your client a lot more efficiently, because you know what they know as well. My exercise physiology teacher also teaches courses, I think in NASM or just personal trainer certification classes, so he knows what's up with personal training and stuff like that. So he's gonna teach us what he knows so that we can use it in our practice to make it better. And then I'm also really excited about world religions, because I don't really know too much about Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, all the Eastern world religions. I've never really taken the time to sit down and read them, and so now that I have to take these prerequisite courses, I'm kind of forced to learn them, but it's something that I've been wanting to learn. I just always felt like I never had time to. So now I feel like I have to make time for something that I actually want to make time for. So I'm really excited for that. Nutrition care management, just all the kind of management classes so far that I've taken at this school have not been my favorite, just because it's not something that I'm completely interested in, although I know that it can be completely beneficial to me, because at one point in our lives we are all going to be managers of something or someone. So it's really important to be knowledgeable of how to efficiently lead a team, how to manage other people, and how to become like a middle person between higher management and lower management. But there's just, maybe it's also the teacher that I'm not so excited about, because I've had her a couple times and she's not my favorite, so that could also be it. So yeah, I'm just not excited for that. I'm also not excited for long days. Even though I have class to like sit down in for 3 days of the week, they're all pretty long. So I start in the morning at either 8 or 9, and then I have a break for lunch, and then I have class until 4:30 most days. So I'm kind of dreading those long days, but I know that it'll be nice to have that Monday and Friday off. Even though I'm gonna use that Monday and Friday, I'm gonna delegate that time to my online classes. And then going on from there, I'm just kind of dreading my online work, because it's really easy to just forget that you have online classes and forget that you have work, or think, oh, it's like only online work, so I can just do it later. But I've done it so many times that I know it can pile up and just make me feel like a big ball of stress. So I'm not excited for that, but I have a plan and I have a whole schedule out. So I'm hoping that by being organized and staying on top of things, it doesn't happen. Obviously, things like senior seminar, in which I'm reviewing the things that are going to be on my RD exam, are going to be really important and really helpful for taking my RD exam so I can become a certified registered dietitian. I talked about how nutrition care management is also really important, because at one point or another we're going to be managers of something, and I know that I do want to start some kind of business in the future, if not anytime soon. So I know that'll be really important to integrate. Statistics and research, I think, will also be really, really important in order for me to understand studies better, if I want to use evidence-based facts to back up my claim that a vegan diet is the best diet. Which, by the way, is what my exercise physiology teacher argued during class. There's just so much new science, modern science, unbiased science, and studies saying that a vegan diet is probably the healthiest diet for us today, just because it's so full of fiber and water content and antioxidants and whatnot. So yeah, the next one is exercise physiology. Obviously, I'm really excited for that, and I think it'll definitely help out not only in my future career, but also in things that I want to do with Apples and Amandas. A lot of you guys have been asking for like fitness guides or more fitness videos, and I think as I become more educated in this topic, I will be more confident in spreading that information, and maybe eventually making a guide for you guys, because I know a lot of you have been asking about like a beginner's weightlifting guide and stuff. So I think that might be in the works. And then the next one is Art of Integrative Care. Honestly, I don't know too much about this class. I haven't really started to do anything with it or really read the syllabus in much detail. All I know is that it's just integrating religion and healthcare, and I guess dealing with patients and families and their caregivers. So maybe it'll teach me a thing or two about being sensitive to other people's religions and also integrating that into helping others. Major world religions I think will also go along with what I had just said about being sensitive to other religions and really knowing my patient from the inside out, and knowing that, you know, like if you are Hindu, there are certain things that you can't eat. If you're Buddhist, there are certain things that you can or will not want to eat. And I think knowing the background of that and the history of that will help me appreciate that more, in addition to being prepared for what I can prescribe to patients and clients. And then next, introduction to philosophy, logic, I think will be really, really helpful when it comes to spreading my information out in a very objective way instead of in an emotional way. There are a lot of legs of veganism that talk in an emotional tone, which I think are really necessary for some people because that's how they receive the message. But a lot of people receive a message and actually take it in through facts, through science. A lot of people are like, show me the evidence, show me what's real, show me something in an objective way, in a calm way, and maybe I will consider your viewpoint or your standpoint. So I think learning more about that, learning how to put philosophy, something that isn't really science-based, into a less emotional language so that other people will take it as more credible, will be really, really beneficial for spreading health and veganism. My days are pretty long. Like I told you guys, they will be long in the middle. And I did create a schedule online, which I will show you guys through a free schedule builder, which I have been using since I started going to college. And I really like this one because it's super easy to use. On Mondays, basically, is when I'll be doing my online classes. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when I'm doing like my real classes, and then Friday is when I do my other homework assignments that I need to finish up or do that I couldn't do or didn't want to do throughout the week. And so basically I will be doing work from Monday through Friday. So I'm hoping to get my workout in early in the morning because I love morning workouts, and then go to school, and then when I come back either do yoga or edit my videos, because as much as I love doing yoga every single day, I know that it couldn't be possible to do with the workload and just the work that I want to do in general. But I really believe that doing it once every other day or every 2 days is better than not doing it at all. And so I want to incorporate that as much as possible. And on the days that I don't do yoga, I will use that time frame to edit videos, do work for you guys, respond to your comments, respond to your emails and stuff like that. And so these are just like my goals for setting my time, and hopefully it'll help you guys feel inspired to structure your days a little bit more if you have goals that you want to set, because I know it's really important to structure whatever you want to do and be more organized so you can visually see, you know, this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to get to my goal. That's basically all I wanted to say for myself, for my school chat, but I wanted to leave you guys with some tips that you could use to make some better use of your time, as I know a lot of you are going to head into your second semester, or you're already in your winter quarter, or you're in school still, because that's how your system works in your country, because I know a lot of countries, like, they have different kinds of breaks. And so, are you ready for some tips? I have to change the battery because it's dying. Okay guys, sorry, I know there's been so much talking. I promise the next school chats aren't gonna be this long, but there's just so many things that I wanna get through with you guys. And so, okay, here's some tips to make some good use of your time. Have a planner and a to-do list. As you can see right here, I'm holding my planner. This is my holy grail. This is what I put like all of my stuff, where I plan everything randomly throughout the day. I'll like write to-do things. Like here's my calendar, my editorial calendar for the videos that I want to post. I'm staying organized and on top of things, and hopefully it'll benefit me for this upcoming year to be a little bit more efficient and more successful in the things that I want to do. But definitely having a planner and at least having a daily to-do list is really important, so you can check off the things that you're doing, and it really helps you prioritize your time, which is a good segue for prioritize what you need to do first. And then when you think of procrastinating, think, if I just do everything that I need to do right now, I can reward myself with an episode of Grey's Anatomy. That's what I do. And something that I've kind of set up for myself for this year, like as a little resolution for school, is to have 30 minutes at least a night to study. If I don't have anything to study for, Like if I don't have a test tomorrow, but I know I have stuff to study that I haven't studied or looked at again since my last class, I want to take 30 minutes a night. Like set a timer for 30 minutes and just go over those lectures, highlights, rereads, look up some things. And if I don't have anything else to study, I would want to use that 30 minutes to enrich my mind in my field, doing something academic. So reading up some studies, writing something for development, or if you're like an English major or lit major, maybe practicing writing skills, just something academic for that 30 minutes. So every day for at least 30 minutes, because I know if you have an exam, you're gonna spend way more than 30 minutes studying. But if you don't have something immediately coming up, at least dedicating 30 minutes a day. I feel like a broken record as I'm saying 30 minutes, but at least 30 minutes a day studying or putting some good use to that. That way when it comes to finals or when it comes to midterms or a big test, you are more prepared, and when you look over things you need to look over, it's easier for you to keep in your head because it's stuff that's already there. It just needs a little brusher, refresher, you know? The last thing is to reward yourself. Like I said earlier, if you feel like procrastinating and not doing that homework assignment, then you're like, okay, if I do this now, then I can watch an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Reward yourself for long-term goals too. Say, if I do study for 30 minutes every single day this week, then I will take myself out to the movies, or I'll go buy something, or I'll buy myself an air fryer or Instant Pot, because I know that's what we do here. Reward yourself for those things. Like I remember last year I told myself if I had gotten an A in a class, then I would get myself an air fryer, which I eventually didn't need to do because my roommate had an air fryer that she wasn't using, that she just brought to our apartment. But it's just knowing that I was going to give myself something for working really hard. I think that made working hard a lot easier, rather than thinking, okay, I just need to get an A or else I won't pass the class. Like that's thinking more in terms of punishment rather than thinking in terms of rewards. And I always will go for thinking optimistically. Those are some tips. Hope that they'd help. Let me just go over them again in case you forgot. So have a planner and a to-do list. Do what you need to do and reward yourself afterwards rather than procrastinate. So basically save your procrastinating for later. You'll feel a lot better about it. Study time, at least 30 minutes a day of something that'll enrich your brain, and reward yourself long term. If you get an A, B, or C in that class, treat yourself, girl or guy. I do want to keep doing these school talks regularly because I think it would be really beneficial, especially now that a lot of people who are going from high school to college are really interested in nutrition, especially those who are in the vegan world. I get a lot of questions from you guys, and I think it'd be really cool to just incorporate this regularly. So if you have anything that you want me to talk about or any questions that you have, please leave them in the comments below so I can go over them and include them in these little school chat weekly check-in things. I think that's all I wanted to say. My armpits are sweating because it's just really hot in here because of all the talking and all the moving. So I'm going to go. I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, day, or night wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye.